Or fucking fentanyl and drugs have been super popular lately.
Ooh,
That's an easy one. I got you.
Oh no, he OD'd.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Alright, so let me throw this out because it was like this is one.
Theoretically, this is how it did.
Allegedly, different like kind of flavors to them. They have like different. They have like special edition. This is like the tropical mango. Like this is like strawberry champagne or some shit. Like,
oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
it is cool. You know, you get variety, and then the pen. I mean, once it's fully charged, it lasts a pretty good while.
Like a day or what?
No,
like a week.
Yeah, like you know. I mean, of course, depending on usage, but yeah, more or less. So maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by.
I was about to say heavy sponsorship from Plug and Play. Welcome to. I need to start keeping better track of what episodes we're on, but the Lawn Hair Pod with your host Kyle Mclemore
and Tyler.
Oh yeah, and we're busting out the PPE again this week.
Yeah.
Keeping it safe because it's been showering. The rain has been falling, which you know it's always.
It's cold as fuck.
It's always welcomed. I mean, I feel like anytime we get rain, it's like, yes, let it rain down.
Yeah.
I like it because we have that, right behind my work, is that giant hill, which, like, is usually completely brown and just like this. But then after it rains, it's just like, oh life on the hill. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's way better. You know, I need to get my, because I did have stuff in my mind, just to make sure. Because I always forget the stories. And then after we're done, I'm like, oh, I should have talked about this.
The school shooting and how the kids' parents got charged.
That's one of them. I was like, how much of a bummer do we want to make this episode?
That one,
okay, so
that was crazy.
Well, before we talk about this, let's bring up another firearm incident or whatever, because we never really talked about the Kyle.
Rittenhouse?
Yeah, it was Kyle Rittenhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do me a favor, because I'm actually kind of ignorant on the subject. Like, I don't know all the deets, and it's like I didn't really follow the case or whatever, like in the court, so I 100% don't know a lot. I watched the entire video of like the night when it went down, so I know I saw, but I don't know the facts behind. Do you know more than I do, or are you in the same kind of?
Well, probably I do know.
Yeah, go ahead and hit me with it. Are you sure you don't want water before we get any deeper?
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right.
I don't know what else you want to know.
All right, so let me tell you what I know is like, yeah, okay, so all right, this was during when there was like a riot or something, right? There was a riot in town.
I think it was the Black Lives Matter.
Right. Do you know where was this at? Like, I don't even know where it was at.
And it was right after the dude got murdered by the cops.
Oh, so we're talking like peak George Floyd.
Right.
Or whatever?
Yeah, okay. I think it was George Floyd. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where this was?
No.
It's like a southern thing, or like a Florida thing, or like a
it was
California.
It was
not California.
East or
right?
Southeast. No.
Okay. All right. Well, from the video, from what I saw, it's like, all right, so there's something going on, like a riot of some kind. Mm-hmm. So then he shows up, and then it seems like people are just like, hey, this guy's got like a fucking MC, like it's like a pretty visibly big like rifle.
Yeah.
And so then they're kind of like swarming around like the fuck, and then he just kind of responds by blowing like one dude. I think one guy like knocks him down, and he like pop as he goes down or something.
Yeah.
And then they're like, whoa, and then I think he gets like another guy shot. I think it's like 2, right? Or at least pops off again, I think.
He shot 3 and killed 2.
And he keeps going.
Yeah, and then surrendered to the police.
And yeah, and he's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
All right. So, I guess my thing is like, because he's just wearing like a plain T-shirt and jeans, like,
yeah.
Doesn't have anything like, because I believe his thing was like, I'm going there to like
protect the businesses.
I'm a goddamn hero.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's no way to identify you. I can understand the people who were there's point of view of like this fucking just this guy.
You're allowed to have a gun, man. That's
okay. So yeah, I mean, you are allowed to have a gun. I mean, some dude just walked in the streets with like a full.
I think that's legal. Not in that particular case because he was 17.
Oh, he was 17.
But I think it's illegal to walk around with a gun. So fuck it.
It's pretty gnarly. Also, then did he do anything other than did that happen like as soon as he showed up? Like,
I have no. I think they did their own little counter protest thing for a while or whatever they were doing. I don't know though. I don't
Seems
remember.
pretty wild to just be like,
It's pretty wild.
I'm going to town. I'm gonna take care of this. And then also, all right, so that's all I know really. And then as far as the court, the only thing I really know about the courtroom stuff is just like,
Oh, the funny memes. Yeah.
like the weirdest crying.
Yeah. Lots of memes.
I was going. That's basically all I saw.
Yeah.
And then,
No, I didn't watch too much of it either.
And then I
just
did
saw.
see the verdict not guilty on like any
Yeah.
counts at all. It's
It's because they didn't charge him on like the important ones, like the being a minor with the gun.
I thought there'd be a bigger like reaction from the not guilty thing. I thought it was gonna be like, oh shit. It was just like, oh dang. I mean, it didn't seem like people were happy about it, but definitely wasn't like an explosion after anything like that. Like, I don't know. I mean,
Alright.
I'd say it was kind of. I don't know if it was a good idea going down during a riot with the rifles, and then it's also like, I don't know, maybe not attack the guy with the rifle too.
Yeah, those are both silly things to do.
Yeah, it's already like a high tense situation. Like people are rioting, and there's like major shit going down, and you're just jumping in the middle with a high powered rifle.
Yeah.
Just feel like it's kind of asking for trouble.
Yeah.
What do you know about the school one?
The little kid fucking murdered 4 people, and then his parents got charged. And
So it's 4, right? 4?
4.
Okay. Pretty bad. I mean, it's never
That's
good.
bad, yeah.
It is very interesting, though. That, to charge the parents.
They bought him the gun like 4 days before.
I thought they kind of bought it for the family
themselves. They had a tweet or an Instagram or a Facebook post that said,
I heard there's like
playing with his new Christmas present.
I did hear something about that,
So-
and then I heard something that like he had like doodles about like.
Yeah, the parents were at the school that same day.
Yeah.
They called him in and
They were
said,
like,
"Fucking."
Hey, he's drawing like stick figures blowing each other's heads off or something, and then she was just like, "Hey, I'm not mad about this. I'm just mad that you're not better at hiding it or something." Like,
Yeah, well, that was he was searching for ammo.
oh, I heard about that too on the internet. He was just like looking up
Yeah.
ammo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, that was a bunch of bad shit in a row.
And it's also weird too. It's just like trying to think of like in the mind of a parent, like you never want to like think your kid is like gonna do something like that. I would assume, but like I don't know. Like he's drawing weird doodles and like
Searching for ammo.
being all emo or whatever. Like, and then like wasn't you said that the day of they called him in. They're like, hey, this guy is being weird. Maybe take him out today. And they're like, nah.
Yeah, they didn't.
He stays.
No one searched him either. He had the gun on him.
Yeah, I heard that too. It was in the backpack, like in the counselor's meeting or whatever. It was like in his backpack the whole time, which is like gnarly. It was just like a pistola, or
I don't. Yeah, I think
it wasn't
so.
any kind of like. I mean,
No, it wasn't like a rifle.
gnarly. Yeah.
I think it was just a pistol.
And then it's weird to like.
It's crazy.
Because they're getting charged straight up with like you're an accomplice to murder or something, right? Like they're getting charged heavy, which is like crazy because it's like they're not the ones that killed, but still like.
Yeah, neither did Marilyn Manson. Charles Manson.
Oh, yeah, that's like a perfect boom. Yeah, that's like a perfect counter right there. Yeah, you're right. It was all like, yeah, but then like he was more like kind of influencing though. They weren't like, do it, Johnny, or whatever. Like
I don't know. They seem pretty guilty by fucking running away and hiding.
they ran away and hid.
Yeah, they got a warrant. Then they were missing.
Wait, so I'm assuming they captured the kid. He didn't. They got the kid, right?
They got the kid right away.
So I love. I'm so happy that he didn't like off himself or whatever. That's
Not
great.
yet.
He was caught. Cool.
No, and then they waited a couple days, and then they put a warrant out for the parents.
Mm-hmm.
They dipped out,
Damn.
and then they found them hiding in a warehouse or something like that.
Damn, I didn't know that.
And then also, I saw on the news either this morning or yesterday, they got themselves an attorney and not their kid or a lawyer.
Oh.
He got his own public defender or whatever.
But at what point are you like, ugh, my
Oh, he's
kid's a
fucked.
piece of shit, kind of like is a murdering asshole. Like, I'm
They
waste
look
my
like
money.
pieces of shit people.
I've seen the kid. I haven't seen the parents. I saw
right
it.
there.
Oh yeah,
They look like pieces
they
of
haven't
shit.
Done a snap in a while. Yeah. I saw like the video when they're like reading them like what they're being charged with, but it's very like.
He looks like Randall from fucking Recess.
I don't remember Recess.
You know.
The cartoon.
Right there and
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Look at them. They're all the same.
Pull it up, Jamie. Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Well, I mean, might as well bring it up. It's funny that I had this other thing on my list of stuff to remember to talk about. Is it? I was bringing it up with what are we watching, but I know you haven't watched too much, which is understandable.
No TV.
What I watch is I only watch it just before I go to sleep, just to Put me to sleep with some good old. You ever watch Forensic Files?
No, I don't watch that. I like try to. I don't like that show.
So I think I'm going hard on it right now because it's like, hey, it's leaving Netflix on December 31st. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking true crime the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my dad used to always watch it when I was a little kid, and I used to always be like, this fucking show. But now I'm like, I'm into it.
You little bitch.
It's funny because it's always like it's interesting, or not interesting. It's more just like satisfying, I guess, or not. No, it is interesting. Whenever it's like a husband or even like the wife too, when they're just like, oh my god, my wife, Sally, she's dead, and it's like, you killed her, like putting on this fucking performance, and it's like, we have her blood all over you, like all the. It's just like it's at the beginning, it's like, oh, it can't be the husband, he's fucking having a breakdown right now, and it's like later he fucking like forgot to erase his hard drive where it said, how do I murder my wife?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I see that. That's funny.
and it's just like, oh, you were just a piece of shit this whole time. Let me throw this out there. Before I move on, that's the one thing bad about it is like, I'll be just about to fall asleep and be like, did I lock the back door?
Like, shit, yeah.
Because it's always like, and that's why I talked about like giving your daughter like karate lessons or something. Because there's so many, like, he just grabbed her and that was that. Like,
yeah. I forgot. I have been watching. I'm rewatching Ugly Americans again.
Oh,
I'm almost through the whole thing.
Super
again.
classic. Yeah, Ugly Americans is awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's super dope.
I need to get back on it. I remember it popped up on Hulu or whatever, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna.
It's on Paramount for sure.
Nice.
That's how I've been watching it.
That's cool. Is there anything else cool on Paramount?
You ever seen football sometimes?
You ever seen Yellowstone?
No, I haven't.
It's okay.
Oh, South Park's on Paramount.
Ah.
The fucking COVID.
Oh, I remember you telling me.
special.
I gotta get caught up on the.
Oh, and the second one comes out on the 14th.
Oh, there's another.
It has to, because it.
Oh,
left
you told me you left it kind of open.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Super fast.
Yeah, it's actually something to look forward to. It's been a while since I watched like a new South Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been kind of off it for a while.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched an episode.
But I was gonna say, let's see. Oh, that's the other thing too. That's funny about crime is it's always like
Happening.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, his wife got murdered. I wonder who killed his wife. Can't be the husband. Wait a minute. Took out like $500,000 life insurance policy a week before she died. Like, It's like always money, dude.
Yeah,
like money or like
money.
he's banging his secretary. But I was gonna say, if I had a large life insurance policy and you were the beneficiary, and for whatever reason like, I gotta get that fucking money, what would be your
probably
perfect crime?
I felt like that old lady that like slowly poisoned her husband with like rat poison in the coffee every morning.
I think I did just see that episode. Yeah, she
I feel like that.
They
worked,
they
right?
like eventually when they did kind of catch on, they could like trace it back and like you could see the dosage like week 1, week 2. Fuck this guy now. Like they just got
Or
more and more.
fucking
Like,
fentanil and drugs have been super popua lately.
Ooh,
That's an easy one. I got you.
Oh no, he OD'd.
Yep. Easy peasy.
All right, so let me throw this out because it was like this is one
Theoretically, this is how it did.
allegedly. This is one that always stuck out in my mind and being like, it's not bad. So this guy's wife gets murdered. She gets like beaten with a hammer or something. It looks like a break-in. And her husband's like, oh my god, he's fucking dead. No, my god. And they're like, oh, that's crazy. A week earlier, like the house catches on fire and he like breaks the window and he's like helping her get out or whatever. He's like a fucking hero. So they're like, no way, it's the husband. He's a goddamn hero. Why are you gonna save her last week and then beat her with the hammer a week later? That makes no sense. But he did. It turns out it wasn't the first time he tried to kill her. Like they think that like he's only saved her because the neighbors were like, oh my god, your house is on fire. And he said, yeah, I guess I gotta save my wife too. Like now that you're here, fuck. But what he did like a week before that even is like, all right, let's say that you're like, I know when you're going to work, so I'm like, all right, he should be going to work like around this time. And I give you a call and I'm like, hey Tyler, like, what you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm driving, like, I'm right on the 15, coming up to the, I think I would do it, right when you're coming up the peak of the hill, right? Like, so it's just when you're starting to come down, right? Like,
okay.
And I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, hey Tyler, oh man, I left something in my glove box, dude. I think I left my sunglasses. Can you check? And you're like, oh yeah, totally. And you peek it open. Let's say you don't look. Let's say you're just like feeling around and you feel like, oh, that doesn't feel like sunglasses. And I'm gonna go with spiders. Let's just say I took a bucket of spiders and I just dumped them in your glove compartment, right?
Oh, okay.
And you're just like, handful of spiders, right? I'm assuming your reaction would be extreme.
Yeah,
Extreme
probably.
enough to maybe drive off the... Mwah!
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
While you're on the phone with me?
Why I bring it up is because I guess that's kind of what he did. Not spiders. He did like a big rat or something. He was like, he called her. He was like, can you shut the glove compartment? She was like, yeah. Oh my god! And like,
Oh, damn.
And I guess she crashed, but she survived.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I was like, that's not bad. Like, that's kind of interesting. Like, you just be like, oh, what happened? Like,
that's worth a try.
You crashed? Oh no!
Oh, you'd never believe it, Kyle. There were spiders.
And that's what I was like, are these going to be able to like figure it out later? Like when they go to pull your body out of the car, like, why are there so many spiders in this car? Like, is he just like a piece of shit? Doesn't clean his car or what? Like,
yeah. Fuck. That's a crazy one.
That was just something I thought was kind of funny that came to mind.
Yeah, that's like, a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good try.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
or in the glove box, I'd put a little joint, but with ketamine in it.
Ooh, oh, dude.
Bam.
That's actually not bad, because then, if I just start tripping out like crazy, I could even, just do it myself, just like, this is a very true crime. This is slowly merging into true crime podcast.
Yeah, we talked about
which is good, because those are pretty popular, so.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so. Hello.
What are you doing?
Hi.
I'm recording.
Hi,
You get to see
Good, how are you?
And I get to see Tyler. Reunited. And it feels so good. But yeah, this is gonna be like heavy crime. But
What are you doing?
scratching my wrist.
No, that's funny.
Oh, what are you doing out here? I think she just woke up, that's why. Yeah, okay, there we go. One more crime-related story. When we talked about making a spooky or scary...
Oh, the better version of Alex's thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me throw this out there, because it's partly based on true life.
All right.
Do you recall when I went to a cabin in Utah?
Yes.
Yeah. So in this cabin, it was a B&B, Airbnb.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty cool, and they had like all this stuff set for you. Like, here's some games and utensils, and they also had this little guest book where it's like you write like, oh my god, the fucking tea kettles are so amazing. Thank you for the hospitality, and your house was great.
Okay.
Signed John and Susie. We stayed here on our honeymoon or whatever. And it's like a whole book of just like...
They leave it there so you could read it?
Yeah, it's just years and years, and then you write your own. It's just years and years of
Cocks and balls,
different
69.
If you want, but it's for the most part pretty wholesome. And it was also useful because I was kind of flipping through, and there's one part where it's like, oh man, like we walked in the backyard.
There's a camera under your bed.
We walked in the backyard for a while, and then, like if you go to the right, it leads to like a stream where the kids can play, and so like it was kind of useful. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it took a turn.
Uh-oh.
Just like I start flipping through, and it's just like I've been locked in this cabin for way too long. And
That's what it said?
It got dark.
Oh,
Dude, it legit gave me like chills because it really confused me, and I was like, because they went from being so like, oh my god, this is so cozy and like ooh, and it's just like the walls, they won't stop like closing in on me, and then like I was like, okay, so I'm flipping through, and it's like another one was like, you could tell it was the same guy, it was like the same handwriting, and he was trying to like make it through the years or whatever, but it's like I could tell you did this on one night, but he's like in the upstairs bedroom, it had like a Hey Arnold.
Right.
Pull down thing, which led to nothing. But then, like, in the thing that was like the noises in the attic, like it's up there, like watching me at night or whatever. Like, don't go in the attic, like all kinds of shit. Where I was just like, this is kind of like I'm in this fucking cabin, kind of isolated, and just like, ugh. So I was thinking, like, I don't know, something out of that. It just stood out in my mind as something kind of cool. Like,
okay.
I don't know.
You could make a story
Maybe
around
like,
that.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah.
It gets you hints to your survival or something.
That would be
but
cool.
But the twist
too,
is it's the killer that left the
He's
notes.
just like leading him straight to his doom.
Mm-hmm. But he saves them a couple times first. That could be the whole series.
Gain his trust.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Blind Man 2 or whatever? The guy who's blind and they break into his house.
Oh,
and then part
Don't
2,
Speak?
They break in it. Oh, Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe.
You ever see part 2?
No, not yet.
I was just curious if it was good because from the previews, it kind of made him look like he's like the good guy now.
I know, huh?
And I was like, wasn't he doing some weird stuff in that first movie?
Yeah, he was.
It was like, we're breaking in again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Daredevil. It's like a late sequel to Daredevil. It's just like,
Oh, crazy. Like a senile old man.
yeah. But I feel like it's a good spot to wrap. You wanna?
Yeah.
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 Well, it's definitely a good true crime episode.
Yeah.
Lots of special guests and whatnot. Who do the Cowboys play coming up?
The no-named football team.
You told me the Washington football team. Should be a good one. That's a nice rivalry, but I know you guys are already spanking your division, so it's like,
Kinda, yeah. We're 2 games up above the Eagles, but we play the Washington football team twice in the next 3 weeks. So that's cool.
I was really hopeful last week. I mean, if we had beat Kansas City, it would have been quite the stir in the pot. But now it's like, all right, cool. Kansas City is looking pretty good, and then Chargers as well. So I think it's on to the next season for the Broncos.
Oh no, there's like fucking 10 teams in the AFC that have fucking 6 wins. You still got a wild card spot for sure.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I guess if we're like on a hot streak, anything is possible.
We'll see.
Yeah. I don't even know who we played next. I was so shattered by that Kansas City. I was just like, fuck, man. I really wanted that win.
Yeah.
But it's all good. We'll see what happens. Who's your... We called it last week, me and Alex, who our Super Bowl picks were.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember who I chose. Fuck. Can't remember. Because I remember I looked at who was like the division. I was like, if it ends now, like who would be in the playoffs, you know? I want to say I picked like maybe the Ravens and somebody else.
I think Green Bay and the Patriots.
We talked about Green Bay. I think we both decided like, yeah, because like I don't know if Rodgers is good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Patriots?
Yeah.
No respect for the former champs, the Bucks.
Well, then the
Patriots
Green Bay
have been doing.
Well,
good.
Green Bay would be replacing the Bucks. They're both NFC.
I always forget their NFC.
Yeah, and then the Patriots have won, I think, 8 straight right now?
I don't know about...
They lost to the Cowboys and then won the rest.
I know that they're definitely running hot. Chiefs are like on a 5 streak, and I know that, they're doing really good as well.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. I mean, obviously, Cowboys, Broncos, but...
Yeah. That's going to happen. I mean, we just like to keep it spicy.
Yeah, we're humble.
That'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome.
That would be fucking cool.
Really cool, fun party. Especially because the Broncos are dominating.
I'd be faded.
But yeah, we can go ahead and call it there. It's been a good episode. This has been Kyle
and Tyler
on the Long Hair Pod, and we'll see you next time.